All right, what's up, guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be checking out some red Zoro action. That's right. I think this leader is going to be doing very well in the upcoming meta, and we'll talk more about that as we get into the video. So with that in mind, let's actually just hop straight into it, because I think we have like 6 or 7 games to go over today on the sim, but let me break it all down for you real quick. First things first, we're going to head over to the deck list. We'll break it down, we'll talk about it, and we'll see what we can gather from that. And then from there, we're going to head over to the sim. I think we have 6 or 7 games lined up on the sim to go over to review, and then we'll finish off the video by going over the deck list one more time. I'll give you guys my final thoughts on it, what I think about it going forward. Okay? All right, so guys, with that in mind, let's go ahead and hop straight into this. I'll have everything time-stamped in the general description. I'll have all relevant deck lists and links and things like that in the comment section below. And as usual, if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please do not hesitate to put those down in the comment section below as well, or hop on the VV Theory Discord. Link is in the channel description. This video is sponsored by Nin Garden. Their latest spring collection just dropped with 3 new designs, and to celebrate, they are running a spring sale. Buy one, get any classic mat 40% off with the code SPRING SALE. Plus, use NIN10 for an automatic 10% off at the checkout. You can stack this with my promo code, the VV Theory, for an additional 5% off, bringing you to a total of 15% total savings on top of the 40% off. All right, so let's go ahead and break down the deck list for today's video, guys. First up, we got the leader. We got Zoro here, 5,000 power, 5 life, mono red, Supernova, Straw Hat Crew leader. The effect is very, very strong, even though it doesn't seem very strong at first. Let me say that. At first glance, it doesn't seem very strong. It's very subtle, but listen to this, guys. Dawn ×1 on your turn, all of your characters gain plus 1,000 power. Okay, so you attach 1 Dawn to your leader. He's swinging for 6 now for a 1 Dawn investment. And if you have 1 character on the board, they get plus 1,000 as well. Well, yeah, on a board with just a single, excuse me, on a board with just a single character, you're only getting a plus 1,000 power boost, which is still better than nothing, right? However, imagine how strong that is on a full board. Okay, if you have 5 characters on the board, now 1 Dawn is giving not 5,000 power, but actually 6,000 power, right? Because if you have 5 characters on the board and you attach 1 Dawn to your leader gets the plus 1,000 like usual, and then your 5 characters will get the 1,000 each as well. So it's actually a very powerful effect if you can fill out your board aggressively. Now, we can do that with, first of all, with small cards. This is how people used to do it in the past, because remember, guys, Zoro is an OP01 leader. This is all the way back to the beginning of the game. This is one of the OG leaders here. This Zoro here, the way he used to fill out the board was with a bunch of little 1-cost searchers like Nami, 1- and 2-cost characters. You just flood out the board as fast as you can with characters that replace themselves like what Nami does. This is a 1-cost, 2,000 power, 1k counter character that when you play it out for 1, you get to search your deck and grab another card and add it to your hand, so the card replaces itself right away while you're filling out the board. But now we have even better options. Okay, fast forward 8 sets later, and now we have Tony Chopper from OP08 that allows you to flood the board very aggressively with pretty big characters. So let's read what this character does real quick, so the rest of the deck will make sense. It is a 3-cost, 5,000 power character, no counter, and it has on your turn, on play, and when attacking, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, and from among them, play up to 1 animal type character with a power of 4,000 or less rested, then place the rest of the cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. So understand, that's going to dictate the entire building of this deck. We're trying to flood the entire board with these 4,000 power characters off of Chopper's effect. Because this is a 3-cost 5k, but the cards we can cheat out have to be animal characters that have 4,000 power or less. So we're going to be running a lot of Choppers in here, because notice he can even play out Chopper characters. Now, he cannot play out another 3-cost 5k Chopper, because this can only play out 4,000 power or less characters. However, here's some of the options we have. This is from EB01. This is a 3-cost 4k Chopper. This is one from OP01. This is a 3-cost 4k Chopper. Here's another Chopper from OP04, a 3-cost 4k Chopper. And then we have 2 other options here. We have the 3-cost 4,000 power Robson. He's a 3-cost 4k 1k counter animal drum kingdom character. Excuse me, that has Dawn ×2. This character gains Rush, so we can cheat him out. And then last but not least, a nice little 2k counter here. We have Hiking Bear. It's a 3-cost, 3,000 power 2k counter, and it has Dawn ×1, activate main. Once per turn, give up to 1 of your animal type characters other than this character plus 1,000 power. So you attach a Dawn to him, Well, now remember, if you have a Dawn attached to your leader, he'll be 5,000. Even though he goes to 4, he'll get +1 from your leader if your leader has 1 Dawn attached to it. So he'll become a 5,000 power character, and then you're going to be able to buff one of your other animal characters on the board. So really good stuff. Other than that, we are running 2 of the Kid and Killer here. This is just an incredible closer, an incredible finisher card. It's a 4-cost 7K with Rush pretty much. Pause and read this if you don't know what it does. We are running Nami still to search up all these different Tony choppers because they're all Straw Hat. Notice they're all animal and they're all Straw Hat. So Animal Drum Kingdom Straw Hat, Animal Straw Hat, Animal Straw Hat, and then this one is Animal Alabasta Straw Hat. So as long as they're Animal and Straw Hat, that's all we need for this deck to really make it work. We're running 3 of the 2K counter Sanji. Running 4 of the 5-cost Monkey D. Luffy. This is from ST21. Both of these cards are from ST21. Just great additions to the red card pool. And then we are running 4 of this event from EB01 called Shut Up and Come With Us. Now understand, this card right here is why this card is worded the way it is. Notice it says on your turn, you can get an on-play and a win attacking effect. Otherwise, this card would probably be broken. Because notice what this card does. It is a 1-cost counter, not activate main, not a main effect, a counter effect that has, or a counter event that has, it's a 1-cost counter that says look at the top 5 cards of your deck and put up to 1 cost 3 or lower animal type character into play, and then place the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So imagine if this card right here did not say on play, or excuse me, on your turn. Imagine if this just said on play and when attacking, you would be able to play this card on your opponent's turn when they attack to cheat out a character like this potentially and then get its on play effect. But because this says on your turn only, your turn you can do the on play or the when attacking, that allows this card to be a little more balanced. Okay, this is still a very powerful card though. Running a single Diable Jambe and then running 2 of the new Gum Gum Mole Gun. This is another card from ST21. ST21 had some really strong additions to red, guys. If you do not have your ST21 cards yet, I would try to find a way to get those as soon as possible if you like to play red. If red is your main color in the game, I would get those as soon as possible. Okay, I think that's it. We are running 4 Makino as well. So as far as 2K counters go, we're running 4 Hiking Bear, 3 Sanji, 4 Makino, and I think that's it for the 2K counter package. So that's 11 2K counters. But this deck is meant to be much more aggressive, right? Hang on, is that... Yeah, 4 Hiking Bear, 3 Sanji, and 4 Makino, yeah. So we're running 11 2K counters. The deck is meant to be more aggressive. Countering out to save characters on the board is not something you should always do, but every now and then you do have to do it when it has a lot of potential value. Okay, especially defending a card like this one, right? This is a very high value card in the deck, and I think that's about it. Now, real quick, before we get into the games, I did not come up with this deck list. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but this is not a deck list that I came up with. I got this from either gumgum.gg or onepiecetopdecks.com. Okay, so with that in mind, let's do this, guys. Now let's check out some games on the sim. All right, so first game up we got against Blackbeard. Volume is off, speed is on 2x, and here we go. Zoro's pretty good into Martial D Teach. I'll tell you that right now. So if that's a matchup you don't really care for, Zoro's a pretty good, something you should probably consider if you have not already. They did get to go first. They take away our going first. Unfortunately, we get out a Nami here, and they're going to swing for 6. They're going to play out a Dot Q, get rid of our Nami. We take the first hit here. We're going to swing in for 5, and we're about to play out a card. Yeah, okay. I was going to say, I don't think I mentioned what this card did when we were going over the deck list. We're about to play out a Tony Chopper here. It's a 3-cost 4K, 1K counter that has on play up to 1 animal type character card with 3,000 power or less from your hand. So, in other words, the only option we really have in this deck is the Hiking Bear, and sometimes you probably shouldn't play that card out. Just keep it in your hand as a 2K counter, but it's early enough in the game. We're trying to flood the board. We're trying to slow our opponent down while we flood the board and go, super aggressive here. So we're going to, for sure, cheat out the Hiking Bear in this situation. Okay, so we play out the Chopper. He did not use his leader effect to turn off our on plays, and they usually don't until the 3rd turn. At least from what I've noticed, most Martial D teaches wait till the 3rd turn to start using the on play effects. Unless they go second, then they might do it on their 2nd turn. It really just depends. So here we go. They're going to attack into the Chopper for 6. We're going to let it go because it's a 4K. They're going to turn on the leader effect this time where we can't use our on plays. Right here, it looks like I messed something out there. I think I was supposed to swing for 7. With the Tony Chopper, but I did not click the Hiking Bear properly. Okay, they take the hit anyway. It didn't matter. And let's see what looks like they might have a trigger. Shigan Finger Pistol. Seems good, right? Seems very good. We're going to swing for 6 into 5. They're going to 2K counter out of this one. We're going to play out another Tony Chopper, and it does not use the on-play effect because they turned that off with their leader. They're going to swing 7 into 4 with that Burgess. That Burgess is a very annoying card for us. Then they're going to hit us with a Liberation, getting rid of our Tony Chopper. All things considered, guys, this game could not go much better for my opponent. Now, yes, we did get a lot of really good cards already, but they've had an answer to every single thing. Now, right here, whoopsies. Guys, don't forget to, understand how Burgess works, guys. Watch this. I swing for 7 into 7 when he had 13, he had 8, 4, 8. He had 11 cards in his trash. Watch this. When he counters out, he goes up to 10. Wait a minute. Then I go to swing in for another 7 into what I thought was a 7, but when he countered out with that card stronger there, he went plus 1,000 on the character as well for the turn. So that was just a straight up mistake. Okay, we got to call it out. You know, we got to call those out when we see them so we can learn from these mistakes. Hear me out though. What I should have done there, I don't think I should have swung with this bear anyway. I think the 3 Dawn that are on that bear right now should have all been on my leader. I should have swung 10 straight into 7, so that way he would have had to give me at least one more 1K counter to get out of that, because remember, he had gone up to 8 by trashing a card to counter out, pushing him to 10 because it was a 2K counter, and then he would have had to use one more card from his hand to save his card, and then we'd have been fine, and then we could have played out the Tony Chopper we're about to play out. Okay, we're going to play out the 3-cost 5K Chopper here. We did not get the on-play effect again because of their leader effect. They're going to play out another Burgess, and now things are looking a little bit ugly for us. Things are looking pretty rough right now, all things considered. This is looking pretty bad for us. Okay, so right here, we're going to swing, I think we're going to swing 8 into 8. And we're going to cheat out the Chopper. We don't have anything to cheat out from hand. That's okay. We're going to swing for 6. They take it. And let's see. Oh, another Shigan Finger Pistol. Well, that's pretty nice for the Marshall D teacher, right? They've gotten 2 Shigan Finger Pistols out of 2 from their top 2 life. Hey, we're still in the game, though. The game's not over. We play out a double blocker, but things are not looking good. Okay, they're starting to get aggressive here. It looks like they're going to start going for lethal. They're going to play out a Marshall D Teach, locking down my Chopper, and swinging for 9. We're going to take it. Are they going to trash a card? They are. They're going to trash a card with the leer effect. We have no on-play effects. Okay, so I do remember this turn. Let's do some math right now. If I just swing for 5, 5, 5, 5, 6, right here, right? That means 1, let's just say he blocks 1 right away just for the sake of numbers. That's not what he would do, but just to see what he could do here, let's just do some simple math, a simple math exercise, right? If I swing for 5, let's say it takes 1 block. If I swing for 5 more, let's say it takes his life. Then he has 2 left. If I swing for 5 more, it might take the card from his hand. And then if we swing for 5 with the Nami, that'll take another card from life. Then if we swing for 6 more, if it's not a 2K, it'll take him down to his final life. And that was using every resource available, just doing things like that. And that would have only been a 3 Dawn investment. I would still have 7 Dawn left for the turn. Now, we have other options as well, though, right? We have a 3-cost rusher in hand and a 5-cost rusher. And we would be able to do it just like this for an 8 Dawn turn. I know I said 7 because I was saying 1 Dawn on leader, 2 Dawn on Nami. But we could use this as an 8 Dawn turn, attach 1 Dawn to Nami, swing for 6 with the Luffy, which will be 7 from the leader effect, giving a Dawn to the Nami, and we get 1 extra attack. You see how this goes, guys? Very, very aggressive turn we could have here. And we have the Diablo Jambe in hand, and we have Makinos. So, I mean, there were so many things we could have done here, guys, to just do so much damage and literally just win the turn, like win the game on this turn. That's what I'm trying to say. We can win the game actually on this turn. However, I choose a different option. Now, actually, excuse me, we cannot swing with this Chopper. That's the one thing we cannot do. Okay, the one thing we cannot do is swing with this Chopper, but that's okay. That's the first thing we could have done, though, is swing super aggressively on the board. We could even try to do like a 5, 7, 7, and then unblockable, right? It's depending on what our opponent was going to do with the Marshall D Teach, we could have gone about things that way. Or, here's another, so that's the first option. The second option is this. We could have aggressively gone for this on the board. So imagine what that looks like. We could have gone for 9, so 4 Dawn on our leader right here. Actually, no, I'm sorry. We would for sure just play out the Monkey D. Luffy and attack for 9 into this character. If he blocks, then we swing for 9 more with the Chopper. You see what I'm saying? We for sure get rid of this character, and I think we'd be able to do that. Let me see if I did the math on that real quick properly. If we play out the Luffy for 5, don't attach a Dawn to our leader yet. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. We could move the Dawn around how we need to. So play out the Luffy for 5, okay? and then attach 2 Dawn to the Luffy, so he would be at 8. So that's a 7 Dawn investment, right? And then we attack in, and then we attach a Dawn to our leader, buffing him to 9. So that's 9 into 9. This card's gone, or he blocks, but that ends up being 3. So then we can attach 3 Dawn to the chopper over here, or 3 more Dawn to our leader, and go 9 into it in that way. Yes, so whatever the case was, we should for sure be able to get this Burgess off the board, right? Did I do the math on that correctly? Let me check one more time. So 4 Dawn on our leader, swing 9 into 9, and it goes away, or he blocks. Then we have 6 Dawn left for the turn. That's where it gets complicated. We play out Luffy. He's a 6. Attach a Dawn 7. So no, we would have to swing in with the chopper. Sorry, guys. I did mess up the math there, but we could just attach all the remaining Dawn to the chopper to for sure get this card off the board. Because if we can sit behind 2 blockers and all this 2K counter power we have in hand, we can do whatever we need to from there, right? Guys, I even noticed another Sanji in my hand I can get unblockable with. But instead, okay, instead, watch what we do here, guys. Instead, watch what we do. We compromise our chance of winning this game. So I gave you guys the 2 major options we could have done. Go for lethal, which was probably the best call, or go for the board and sit behind 2 blockers. Instead, I go 7 into 6 here. Let's see if he wants to save it. He does not. And now we're going to attack into his life and give him more options, which is not the right call. We played this about as poorly as possible, guys. As poorly as possible. He gives us the blocker there, and now watch this. We swing in for even more. Just swinging in here was dangerous. Just swinging in was dangerous, because what if he gets another trigger? This guy already got 2 out of 5 triggers. What if he gets another one? I don't even think it'd be that unrealistic. Look at the answer we gave him. He ended up getting a Shiryu from his life. He swings in for 12. He blunders his own victory after we gave him victory. We literally gave him this game, said, here you go. Here's a game for you to win. This guy messed up with the attack sequencing. He swung for 11. He swung for 12 and then 11. So he gave us the 1K counter we needed from our life, which was the Robson, and then we had triple 2K to get out of this 11. Watch what happens here. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. I guess he didn't do the math. Maybe he thought it was going to be a 12K attack and a 12K attack. Maybe he messed up there. Whatever the case is, I'm not upset about it, because we actually made about 3 or 4 major blunders this game. Or not major blunders, but I think we had a misplay earlier in the game, and then the turn prior to this one, we chose the worst way to deal with it. We chose the absolute worst way to deal with it, but hey, we got away with one there, and I think hopefully that was a super educational game to anyone watching. Now, let's go ahead. Don't worry, not all the games will take that long to go through, but this one I thought was a really, really good educational game to go over. Okay, so that was the first one versus Blackbeard, and we have another game versus Blackbeard later too, okay? This next one, though, we have against Purple Luffy. Purple Luffy's a very tough matchup, guys. I'm not going to lie. It's a very strong leader. You know, the leader effect, allowing them to ramp and go very wide. They kind of do the same thing that we do, going wide, but they go much taller than we do at the cost of taking their own life. But we get to go first here, which is a really good start for us. We're going to swing in for 5, play out the chopper, cheating out the 3 cost 4K blocker chopper. We are going to save this card. I don't want to go too low. I don't want to lose my board this early. Excuse me. Okay, right here, I think we got another play mistake here. So hear me out. I think what we should have done was swing in with the Luffy first to attach a Dawn for free to our leader and go about things that way. Instead, we're going to have a little bit of a subpar play here, but that was still fine. We can always do things in this way and just fill out our board with the smaller stuff in hand, but I think the better call was just strictly playing out the Luffy. It makes our opponent react to more threats and things like that. They're going to swing for 5 into 4. We're going to use our event there. That was the main reason why I wanted to do the other play, so we had access to the event to fill out the board. We get another, was it a chopper we got with that, guys? I think we got another chopper. And here we go. They're going to go ahead and play out a 7 cost Luffy Taro, cheating out the Zoro. They're not going to swing with the Eustace Kid there. I think they probably should have. So right here, again, we're going to smash in for 7. We're filling out our board a little bit, and let's see what we choose to do next. Actually, we're just waiting on our opponent. They're going to Gum Giant when they only had 7 Dawn. They're going down to 5 Dawn. We're fine with that. So we're going to swing in for 7 more with this guy. And now we're probably going to swing in with the other Tony Chopper that can cheat a character out. And we'll probably just replace the character on the board with whatever we get from our attack. Okay. So we're going to swing for 8 more. And it looks like maybe we won't attack in, guys. It looks like we might not actually attack in with the other chopper. We might just let him have whatever's on the board that's sideways and just fill out the board next turn with the chopper we have. And we're just trying to capitalize as much with our Dawn as possible because we have a completely full board. We have a completely full board. And one thing about Purple Luffy is they don't have a lot of removal, right? Purple Luffy does not have a bunch of removal. So, you know, excuse me, that's kind of what we're, excuse me, guys, my throat, the allergies. But in this situation, they don't have a lot of removal. Now they're using 2K counters to rest down our blockers. Well, that's fine. I think he probably should have gone for my my 3-cost 5K choppers, though, right? That's probably what he should have done. Now, he's going to swing in for 5 into this. I think we might just counter out and say, hey, if you want to keep swinging into this, that's fine with me. You know, that's okay. That the 2K counter ended up working out better in that way anyway, because we got the 2K from that. And he's not going for my 5K because he knows I'm going to try to save it. So that was a safe play that he did there. But sometimes you do have to take the gamble and go for the characters that are more impactful, okay? Like this card right here. Now I'm going to completely fill the board out again. I should be setting my cards, by the way, at the bottom of my deck. But right here, guys, sometimes I don't, you know, I should be, though. We're going to swing in for 7. He does have a blocker. Let's see what he does. Okay. Well, now that the blocker's gone, there's probably an idea for me to go for the board right here. We're going to swing 6 into 6. We're going to choose to... we're going to trash a card to get a 2K counter from the trash with that Chopper's effect. And then we're going to probably swing for a little bit more into their board here. There's also an idea to slam down this 5-cost 6K Luffy. I don't know what I'm waiting on for this card, guys. It's so good. But right here, I think we are just going to poke in for 6 maybe. Let's see what we choose to do. Yeah, we're going to swing for 6. We're going to grab another blocker chopper. Okay, and now I think we're going to finally play out the Luffy, and we're going to go 8 into 6. Okay, attaching the Dawn to him, and we get rid of that character. That was really, really good for us, and our board is stacked. Our board's completely full, but it's never over, guys. It's never over until it's over. He goes 8 into 4. That was a very solid attack there. We couldn't defend that. Okay, 5 into what? We could potentially save this. I think we probably should have let it go. Okay, but okay, so now I'm glad we didn't, right? So in this situation here, they're going to go 10, probably into 5. He really needs to go into one of these 3-cost 5K choppers. They're just filling the board out nonstop. Okay, and I think he actually goes into the Luffy. Watch this, guys. I think he actually goes into the 5-cost 6K Luffy, and we're going to pause and talk about it if he does. Okay, yep, so that was the wrong play. So let's just, guys, one thing you have to really consider when you're attacking into characters is priority targets. Yes, that Luffy is very annoying, but these 3-cost 5K choppers are filling out the board every single turn. Every time that these cards survive, I can just let cards go and fill up the board with these cards. So I think he probably should have gone for the 5K, one of the 5K choppers here. Yes, I will get to keep a larger character on the board, but it is what it is. You know, that's something you have to deal with sometimes. Okay, we still have 5 life, guys. This guy is really trying to, this player is really trying to make it to the late game as best as he can here, but it might be, you know, he does have to attack us at some point. We're going to play out another chopper, swinging in for 7. We might just have the math here to get rid of him. You never have the math, though, when they have Gum Gum Giant, guys. There's just no such thing. Okay, but now he's tapped out. He's gonna use that. Now I think we're just going to go all in here. It's going to be swing 8, swing 9, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like, or swing 9 is what it probably will be. Or, okay, it ends up being swing 8, swing 10. Sure, this will cost a 2K. And if he survives, okay, then I was going to say I'd go for the board. Good gain to my opponent. Again, priority targets are very important. Make sure you're going for the proper target, guys. You need to make sure you're going for the correct targets on the board. Okay, next up we got a game versus Blackbeard. Another game versus Blackbeard. This is not the same opponent. I never do a rematch on the sim. I just go into the next game. Okay, we're going to start off with a turn 1 Nami. Very nice. This time we're going first. Very nice. They're going to play out Lafitte, and then they're going to pass it back. And now they did not use their leader effect, but we can't even, or excuse me, we can punish them. We're going to swing 5 into the face here. We attack into the Lafitte with Nami. We play out the chopper, cheating out a hiking bear, and here we go. Let's see what our opponent wants to do. They're going to go 6 into 3. That's completely fine. That thing ended up working as a 2K counter after all. And then they're going to swing in for, they're going to play out Lafitte and use Doc Q to remove the Nami. That's okay. Right here, we are going to attach a Dawn. Again, a play that I'm not using enough is using the 5-cost Luffy on curve to give a Dawn to my leader and go about things that way. I don't know why I'm not doing it. I'm just telling you guys. Apparently, I'm not doing that. Okay, we're going to swing for 6 into 0 here. Now, we can play out some other stuff. I think we're just going to get rid of this. No, we're going to play out a Tony Chopper and have one Dawn open, threatening the event, Shut Up and Come With Us, which we do not have. Okay, they're going to use the Lafitte here to do some searching. We have a blocker, and we're not going to block for the hiking bear. Hey, you can have that card, right? But you just can't have the Tony Chopper, the 3-cost 5K. That thing is the main engine of this deck, guys. It's the main engine. But my opponent is very wisely, very intelligently filling out the board here. I need to get rid of this. I need to get rid of Lafitte. Lafitte needs to go, guys. That's just the bottom line here. I think I'm going to finally play out the Luffy here. We're going to go 7 into that just to attach a Dawn for free to our leader. And let's see if he wants to block this. It'd be fine with me. It'd be fine with me if he wants to block. Now we're going to attack in with our chopper. Just getting, it looks like we're going to grab for the Tony Chopper here, even though we have 2 others in hand. So that card, notice what his when attacking is. This is another card. I don't think I mentioned what it actually did. I just went over it. I just went right past the card. It's a 3-cost 4K 1,000 power, or a 3-cost 4,000 power 1K counter chopper with a Dawn ×1 effect. When attacking, you can trash a card from your hand and add up to 1 Straw Hat type character card other than Chopper with a cost of 4 or less from your trash to your hand. So it allows us to trash some of these other cards to get like Nami's from our trash, or even the 2K counter Sanji. So it's a pretty nice utility card for us. Okay. So we go ahead and swing in for 6. Like I was saying, we get that card on the board. They 2K counter out. We're going to swing in for 7. And we're going to leave our blocker up. We want to leave the blocker up as much as we can here to try to protect our chopper. We're only trying to protect that 3-cost 5K chopper. Anything else would be nice if we can help it out, but we're not really worried about losing anything else other than the chopper. Now, if he just removes it with an effect, it is what it is, right? We can't really do much about that. So watch this. He's going to swing in. He has the Rush Burgess in his trash. So we're going to have to aggressively 1K, 1K, 1K to get out of this. He's going to play out the Burgess, almost guaranteed. Attach a Dawn, swing for 7 with Rush. We'll give him the blocker. Make sure you see what's in your opponent's trash, guys, when they go to play out that Kuzan. Be like, hey, can I see your trash? Because you can ask for what's in your opponent's trash to see what they're running. We're going to use Gum Gum Mole Gun here to swing for 7 at face, and then we're probably going to swing the rest into this Burgess. We're swinging for 7 at face, though, to attach a Dawn for free to our leader. I want to see if he wants to use this blocker here or see what he wants to do. Okay. So it looks like, wait, shouldn't we have been able to get KO the Vasco shot? I think we just had some type of blunder there, guys. We should have been able to KO the Vasco shot with the Gum Gum Mole Gun. I must have accidentally clicked past that effect. Oh, well, whatever the case is, guys, we should have been able to get rid of that Vasco shot with the Mole Gun. So that was just a whoopsie-daisy, didn't click what I needed to. I just resolved the effect without fully resolving it. Or, I finished it without fully resolving it. Okay, so here we go. Our board is completely full. Our opponent is in a terrible situation. We are going to use the Tony Chopper to replace this. Okay, we should have replaced the Luffy. So again, just play mistakes left and right, guys. Play mistakes left and right. Let's go back to this play real quick. Understand how this works. Understand this, how this card functions. They swing for 7 into 6. We can't save the card. Okay. So now what we can do is we're playing the event on the right there that says "Shut up and come with us." And watch what we get. We get the 3-cost 5K Luffy, or the 3-cost 5K Tony Chopper. We can replace the Luffy, and then his attack fizzles. The attack goes away, and we didn't lose anything on the board. I mean, we lose the Luffy, but we replaced it immediately with the Tony Chopper. So that was just a misplay through and through. There was no reason to not to get rid of that card like that. Then they play out the 4-cost Shiryu to pop one of my 3-cost 5K Choppers. Oh, they have another Shiryu. Okay, so now things are getting kind of ugly, guys. Things are getting a little bit ugly now. We're going to have to get pretty aggressive here, I think, and just kind of force our opponent to have it. I think right here we should just go all in. Let's see what we choose to do. We can swing 7, 7, 7, and there's almost no world where our opponent will live from that. Maybe even go swing 8. Wait, swing 8, 9. I don't know what we're going for here, guys. They do give me a 2K there. We'll take that. So swing 9. So we're going to swing 8. So we swung 8, swung 9. Okay, now we're going to play out the 3-cost 5K Chopper. I see. I see what's going on. Okay, we're going to swing for 9. They're probably wondering if I have like a Makino or something in hand, because if I had double Makino, this game would be over as well. So they do take that. And again, you guys see where my hand's at. I'm really considering... okay, he nullifies my leader effect. That's completely fine. But he did not turn off our on play effects. So we are going to go ahead and play out the Tony Chopper. We whiffed the search anyway. Didn't matter even if he had turned off the on play effects. And again, guys, I think I should have just gone like 7, 7, 7 or something like that. And then I could still play out the Tony Chopper. Okay, here we go. So we're going to go. And we even had a Makino in hand. I don't know why I refused to use the Makinos. In fact, I think I was probably finally going to use Makino. But when he turned off the leader effect to take off 1,000 power, I was like, you know what? No, we're just not going to risk it because I think I have it on the crack back here. Okay, filling out the board like we did, even though we whiffed. He's going to play out a Vasco shot. Things are getting scarier and scarier here. And he's going to swing in for, in fact, I don't think he does swing in for 8. We take it. Nice. We get a Kid and Killer from life. That's going to bail us out. But I don't think we even need that. With the Nami on the board, I think we just run him over, right? Because it ends up, yep, he immediately left. Let's see what he had in his hand. He immediately left at the end there. I can't quite get it right where we want it to stop at. Oh, well. Whatever the case was, we had 10 Dawn. So if we attach a Dawn to our leader, we have a 3,000 power and a 6,000 power. So that's 9 plus 9 is 18. So we can just swing 9, swing 9. Right here, and it's game over. Okay, so good game to my opponent. That was a fun one. And then we also had the Kid Killer as well. We had the Machina. We had a lot of gas there. And I keep not using that. I'm more of a control and mid-range player. So understand, we could be playing way more aggressively. And it would probably be to our benefit, because that is how this deck was built. Okay, that's how it was designed by whoever made it to be as aggressive as possible. Okay, so next game up here we got against Red Purple Luffy. So Red Purple Luffy does not like when you can swing 6s across the board. That is not their favorite. That is not a good time for them. That is not a good time. Now, I will say this. I think we would want to go second against Luffy. I actually think we would want to go second against the Luffy, but that's okay that we're not. You know, it's still fine. Against Red Purple Luffy in particular, being able to swing for 6 would be nice, so going second would be ideal, I think, in this situation. So we just play out a Tony Chopper and pass the turn. I don't know why we wouldn't play out the 3 cost 5k Chopper there. Guys, these were some rough games. You could tell I'm outside of my element playing like a full-on aggro list like this. I mean, yes, I play Red Yellow Saba in a very aggressive way, but that's a list I'm extremely comfortable with. But hey, at the same time, no excuses. It's all good for learning. We're going to play out the Chopper next and then go about things this way. Maybe I just wanted to get the blocker down. I have no idea, guys. It doesn't make any sense in my mind. I'm not going to lie. I think we should have played out the 3 cost 5k Chopper last turn. Okay, they're going to play out a Luffy. They're going to swing for probably 7, or they might give the Dawn to their leader. Yep, they'll give the Dawn to the leader. They're going to swing for 7, or 6. I mean, so I'm going to 2k counter out of this one. Let's see if they choose to swing in with that. There we go. That's what I was looking for. I'm going to let them have that. I really wanted them to turn that Mr. 2 sideways. Now we're going to take this hit pretty aggressively. And next turn, they will be on 9 Dawn. So they're, let me see. Did I do that right? 4, 7, 9. Yeah, they'll be able to get to 10 Dawn next turn, guys. We got to be very careful here. Okay, we are going to just go ahead and get rid of the Luffy this time. Just completely rip it off the board. We're going to swing in for 6 with our Tony Chopper, getting another Tony Chopper. And now we have a few more 6k attacks coming in for this turn. Excuse me. Okay, so we're going to swing in for 7 here. They're going to take that. They're down to 2 life. That's a good number for us for that for those double Kid and Killers we have in hand. But our board is becoming very full. Okay, they did get a trigger activate the trigger top 5 search there for Straw Hat. And here we go. Let's see what they choose to do with 9 Dawn. Okay, they're going to go up to 10. They're going to use Monkey D. Dragon here, attaching 2 Dawn to their leader. Where are they going? Okay, they need to go for this board. It looks like we're going to let that card go. That dragon's scary, guys. That dragon's very scary. We're probably going to try to get rid of that card this next turn here with our Tony Chopper blocker, because we can drop his power by 3,000. Okay, we'll attach 2 Dawn to our leader. Actually, it looks like we might just keep going face here, because this is going to be a lot of 6k attacks potentially. Okay, we grab back a 2k counter by trashing one of these other choppers from our hand to get a 2k counter back and to get a potentially unblockable character. Seems good. And now I think we're going to probably slam down. It looks like we have 7 Dawn left. So we're probably going to swing for... Okay, it looks like I'm considering attacking into this dragon here. I don't know if that's necessarily the right call or not, guys. I don't know. It's hard to say. We're going to swing in for 6. Let's see what he does. He gives us a 1k counter, and now we're going to go 8 into 6. So we are going to finally choose to go into this card. If it survives, we're going to slam down the Kid and Killer and go into it again. Okay, we're going to do that anyway. We're playing out the Kid and Killer anyway, so let's see what happens. He lets it go. So now we're just going to slam down a Zoro, play some games with him here, get a 1k counter out of hand. He takes it, and now we're playing a little bit of a game with him here. It's like, hey, we've got 1 Dawn active. They go ahead and slam down the Monkey D. Luffy here. They're going to get to ramp a Dawn with their leader here, and then they're going to ramp a Dawn with the character. And now they're going to swing for 7. We're obviously going to get out of this, so now we don't just lose on the spot. We'll use a Machina and a Tony Chopper. And now we pretty much can't lose no matter what now. You know, at least on this next turn. We have at least 1 more turn to try to win this game. Let's see what he ends up doing, though. He really needs to go for this board, but we're not just going to let the board go, guys. We have 4k counter on board. All right, in our hand. We have 5k counter in hand if we need to. Okay, 12 at face, we're going to take that for sure. And now he's going to go 6 in the face. We'll just counter out with the Sanji maybe, or the Machina. And there's an idea here, excuse me, there's an idea here to just give one of my guys, you know, unblockable and just go to town here. But we're going to poke a bunch of 6s out of him real quick. So this will be 3 cards from his hand right away. Okay, there's 1 card. Here's another card. We are going to probably trash a Kid and Killer from our hand, and we'll get a 2K counter. Excuse me, we didn't have anyone left. That was just a blunder. So the when attacking effect, we trashed a Kid and Killer trying to get a card from our trash. We didn't even have one. Not sure what's going on there. So we swing for 6. We swing for 6. Let's see what he does here. Again, all of these are going to force 1-card responses from his hand. At least 1-card responses. So let's see what he chooses to do. Just waiting on our opponent. They're going to use a 0-cost 3K. Okay, well, here's another 6. Let's see if he can get out of this one. That took 2 cards from his hand because it was a 0-cost 3K. And let's see if he has a Gum Gum Giant. There's his Rad Beam. Okay, well, if that's going to be Rad Beam, we're going to attach this to there. We're going to give him Unblockable, and we're going to coming in for 11. Good game to our opponent. They have no way out of this. That was a good game there. But I will say Zoro's pretty well favored, I think, into Red-Purple Luffy. Okay, we got 3 games left, guys. We got a game versus Purple Yellow Nico Robin. We got one off-meta matchup here, just a little bit of a fun matchup here. And here we go. They're going to start off with a pudding. Okay, so they're running pudding in here. That's very interesting. This is not purple-yellow pudding, guys. This is purple-yellow Nico Robin. So seeing these puddings on the board is very concerning, right? This is very interesting. They're probably trying to play some type of version that plays out the 10-cost Kaido Lin. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and attach a Dawn to our leader here. We're going to swing for 6. And I think we're just going to flood the board with the 3-cost 5K Chopper. He cheats out a 3-cost 4K Chopper, and now it's our opponent's turn. They play out a Jaguar D Sol. Where are they going to attack now? Do they want to keep attacking into my face? Because I'm okay with that, right? We're a 5-life leader, first of all. And if he wants to attack into my face and I lose a card for my life, oh well, no big deal. But if he goes for my Tony Chopper, I will more than likely try to save that card, right? We want to save the Tony Chopper if we can. Okay, my opponent is really deep in the tank here, guys, because remember, I do play with, run these on 2x speed. He's going to go 8 into face. We're going to gladly take that. We're down to 3 life, but not a big deal. We're about to completely flood this board. We're not going to play out a Hiking Bear. We're going to keep the 2K counters in hand. And then we're probably going to swing in with the Nami here. Hang on. Yeah, I think I should swing it with Nami. We'll swing for 5. This is going to force a card from hand. We'll swing it for 6 with our leader, and then we'll replace the Nami by playing out the 3-cost 5K Tony Chopper, and that will let us play out something else. Right? So playing out the Tony Chopper, now we're going to replace the Nami with the 3-cost 4K Chopper. And guys, this is not a place you want to be as Nico Robin. This is not the spot you want to be in. You know, they're going to need to start going for my board at some point, but now it might be too late. First of all, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9K counter in hand. I have 9,000 counter in hand. I have 3 life. I have a blocker. I'm not worried of anything right now. I even have 2 ways to make my characters unblockable in my hand, or even a leader with Diablo Jambe. They're going to go 7 into 5 here. We're going to go ahead and let that go. That's fine, because we're going to fill out the board anyway. They play out a Lin. We're like, yep, we'll take it. Swing for 6. I'm just going to get every card out of their hand here, guys. Yep, that's fine. We got a 2K. We're just trying to eat their hand up, and we're trying to make it one more turn and just go for lethal. We're going to swing in for 5 here. They have to take it. We're going to swing in for probably 5 more here. We're going to trash a card from our hand. Looks like we're going to trash the Diablo Jambe. Yeah, I don't agree with that. Yeah, the Robson. There we go. Get the Nami out, and we'll do some more searching. Okay. Let's see what he does here. I still have 3 potential attacks, by the way, because I can play out that 5-cost Luffy if I need to. I think we're going to. We're going to play out the Nami. We get a new Chopper there. We're going to swing it for 7. Attach a Dawn to my leader. He uses the blocker. We're swinging it for 7. He's down to 0. Your turn. What did he get? Does he have a trigger? Nope, no trigger. Your turn. So he has 5 cards in hand. We have 6 attacks coming in next turn. What is he going to do? We have pretty much infinite counter in our hand right now. There's no, we have nothing to worry about here. 6 into 4, I think we're going to start aggressively countering out. He's going to play out a Yamato. He cannot KO any of my characters because he has no life. And then he's going to swing 8 into 4. Okay, you can have that card. And now we can just go for lethal. We're going to play out, oops, okay, he just goes ahead and leaves the game. And right there, we were going to play out the Zoro, so we had an extra Dawn to work with for the turn, but we probably should have swung for 7 first with this Chopper and gone from there. The game was over here for sure. There's pretty much no way out of it, but he would have had a very interesting turn here, because with Nico Robin as his life card, if he takes the first 7K hit, he could activate the trigger from Nico Robin to use his Nico Olvia's on-play effect from hand to make his leader 8,000 power for the rest of the turn. It didn't matter, of course, because he had no blocker, but I could swing through it. But the idea is that would have been very interesting if he had a little more resources to work with. Okay, next game we got against, let me see, against Yellow Eustace Kid. Let me go full screen, volume is off, speed is on 2x, and here we go. And then we have one more game against Green Purple Lim. We're going to swing for 5. They play out a Shirahoshi. We're going to slam down a 3-cost 5k chopper, which plays out the other chopper, which plays out the hiking bear. Such a devastating combo. Very, very powerful. They play out a Basil Hawkins. Now we're going to slam. Okay, now we're talking, guys. We did the proper 3-5 curve there. I don't even think we had the Nami, did we? Maybe we used it earlier. I missed it. But we're going to go and play out these characters. We're swinging in. We're super aggressive right here. And then they give us a 2k. It's their turn. Our board is almost full. They're going into their 6th Dawn turn. They're going to play out a Luffy, trying to get something on the board to combat my board, but I don't know what they're going to be able to do to stop what we have here. They're going to go 7 into 5. I think I'm going to give them a 2k, 1k. We're just going to keep everything, guys. We're keeping every single thing we can on the board. They're going to play out an X-Drake. They're going to turn into a blocker. We're going to swing for 7, attach a Dawn to our leader. Yeah, this is a bad position to be in. Yeah, I'm doing a little bit of math right here. I'm like, yeah, okay, 7, 7, 7, 7. Yeah, just swing up a bazillion 7s, and we'll just call it a game. Okay, we're going for a 5. We did that a little bit out of order. Yeah, and I think we have swing 6 and then swing another 7. 7 and 7. Yeah, so it's going to be 7, 7 at the end here. And the probably is a blocker here. They're at 1 life. Our board is completely stacked, guys. I don't know what they're supposed to do. Whatever that was, it's not going to help. They can finally get rid of my chopper. My board's full. So now that would be the time you don't go for chopper, guys, is if I have a full board. That would be the time to not go for chopper. We're going to throw those cards to the bottom. We're going to swing in for 7, attach a free Dawn to our leader. Guys, this is not looking good. We're going to swing for 7 into 5. We give him minus 3,000 to his blocker. He's going to have to probably use the blocker here. It's gone now. We swing for 7 more, and then it's going to be 7 more. Does he have enough? He does not. Now, he had some gas coming. Like, he had some gas coming up here. But, man, that was a bad place to be in, and we really were off to the races that game. All right, we got one more game. This one's against Green Purple Lim, and then we're done. Speed, 2x. With the nature of this deck being aggro, these games are very quick. That's why we had 7 games lined up for today. Okay, we're just going to slam down a Sanji. Tempo Sanji right here, guys. I'm not saying it's a great play. We had a really, we would have really liked to have a Nami there. Like, we end up getting a second. We had 2 Sanjis in hand. Then we get a 3rd one from life. Okay, seems good. We'll go 6 into 5, see if he wants to save this card. He does save it. That's fine with us. We'll probably just slam down a Tony Chopper now and just pass the turn. Playing out a Hiking Bear and going from there. Okay, let me see something real quick. Make sure I did the speed on 2x. We did. They're going to play out the Doflamingo. They're going to play out a Rosinante. They're going to swing in for 5. We'll probably just take this because, guys, we're going to save our board. Okay, we do counter out, but I don't think we needed to. Then we lose that card. Yeah, I think we should always just go for the board here, like protecting our board. Okay, right here, we're going to go 6 into 4. Let's see if he wants to give us anything. We get a Tony Chopper blocker. He stands it up from its effect, but it's gone. And right here, we're going to swing for 5. So now we're starting to cash in for some value on that Sanji. Now we're swinging for 6. Let's see if he decides to take this. That would be very dangerous. Oh, he does take it. Okay. So, guys, there was an idea to just slam down the Kid and Killer there and go super aggressive, but we're in such a good position right now, it almost doesn't matter. Okay, he's going to go 9 into 5. Okay, you can have that. No questions. No questions asked at all right here. He can have it. He plays out the Mihawk to go 9 into 4. We're going to go ahead and use this card and play out another Tony Chopper. That's fine with us. And now whatever else he attacks into, we'll let him have that as well. Yep, the 5 into there. Now we might try to save this this Chopper. Chopper is just a very strong card. Having blocker and doing what he does, he's a good card. We're going to 2k to save it. And now it's about to get this next turn here. Guys, this next turn here is probably going to be a little bit ugly. I love swinging for just the lowest numbers I can right here and just saving all of my Dawn to use for later. He gives me a 6k. Now we might even go for the board. There's an idea now to just go for his board, guys. Oh, no. Oh, no, guys. This is a tough spot. Or we could just go for lethal the more I think about it. We'll swing in for 6 here. Takes it. Not good. Not good for our opponent here. I think it should be swing. What am I doing? Okay, we're doing that. That's one play. It could have been just swing 7, swing 8. But this is fine as well. This should go through, or leave him with nothing for next turn. Okay, you have one Dawn. I have 4k counter in hand, but I don't think that was the right play there. I think I should have just ate up the board. Okay, he's going to go 8 into 5. Okay, we'll take it. I'll see. The only thing that can really hurt us here is like another Dracula Mihawk. If he stands up his card and swings in for extra attacks, it could get scary. Okay, 6 into 4. I don't know if we should even save that. Yeah, just let that go. We need to clear up space on the board anyway. And now we're safe. Now we're pretty much safe. We'll give him a 2k for that. Yep, we'll keep that one around. And here we go. He plays out Sakazuki. He'll pop one of my 3 cost 5Ks. And will he swing? I think he should swing with that Lim. Yep, 6 and a 4 maybe. Yep, 6 and a 4 is good here. We'll let it go. But now he has 1 Dawn active. He has no blocker. We could just swing 15. Okay, excuse me. He does have a blocker. I forgot about the Doflamingo standing up. Seems good. We'll swing for 7. This will be the blocker. And then we'll swing for 7 more. Good game. Just a math win at this point, unless they had some crazy event that I didn't know Lim was running. All right, that was a fun one, guys. That was some red Zoro action for you. I know a lot of people like that leader quite a bit. All right, guys, so here's the deck list. You know, everything ran pretty well, I have to say. You know, all things considered, this was my first time really piloting this, especially with the new Luffys. I was still learning some of the play lines on the fly there, but hopefully this video helped some people out, helped you guys learn along with me about how devastating the curve is right now in most red decks. I'm going to be honest. It's not even just this deck. I showed this off, I think, in yesterday's video with Red Yellow Sabo. Right now, Straw Hat package, the whole Straw Hat package is very strong, where you just go turn 1 Nami, turn 2 in this deck you're going Chopper, but in the deck I was running, you drop down the Sanji, the new 3 cost Sanji. Let me bring that card up real quick. This card right here. And then turn, you know, so turn 1 Nami, turn 2 Chopper or Sanji, depending on what deck you're running, into turn 3 Luffy. That is a devastating lineup there, guys. That is really, really strong. So be sure to give that a try, you know, whenever you get a chance if you haven't already. But yeah, we were learning a lot of the play lines together, but the deck was running really well. I was very impressed with how this ran. I like this version the best so far that I've played of all, because I have played other versions of the Zoo package, you know, the Zoro package they call it, like Zoro. I have tried other versions, but I don't think I've tried it since we've gotten the ST21 cards. This new Sanji, very solid, giving characters with 6,000 power or more unblockable if they're Straw Hat crew, not leaders, just characters. This new Rush Luffy, and then this new Gum Gum Molt Gun. The list was running very well. I'm a big fan of this version of the list that we were playing today over other versions I've run in the past with like Dragon and stuff. They go a little bit taller. I like this version a lot better. Just run them over, go wide, and yeah, it's a good time. So yeah, that's about it, guys. I don't have a lot to add. This was not my list. Remember, guys, this is not a list that I came up with. This is something we got from over in the, you know, over on gumgum.gg or OnePieceTopDecks.com, maybe from the west or the east. I don't even know. Guys, sometimes I just grab a deck and just go with it, learning on the fly, so we have a video available for every single day. So, again, hopefully we learned a lot together with this one. There was a lot to be learned here. This list felt very, very strong. This is definitely a top meta contender in the format right now, for those who are not aware. And, you know, I will say this. You know, we make a lot of janky decks here on the channel. We mess around with a lot of different off-meta choices, some rogue decks and things like that. We make a lot of our own stuff around here. But every now and then it is fun to just try something else someone else made. Like, hey, let's try this deck right here today. We'll take it for a joy spin, or for a joy ride, right? We'll take it out for a spin. Have a little bit of fun with it. And it was. This was a lot of fun play testing this. And I feel like over the course of the games, you kind of see, like, my first few games, they were really rough, missing a lot of plays. But that's what happens when you're learning a new deck, right? When you're learning all the new play lines. You know, my first few games were rough, but then as we started getting further and further down the stretch to my later games, it's like, whoa, okay, now it's starting to really come together. This deck is really strong. So yeah, anyway, I'm done yapping, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. I don't have a lot to add or subtract from this list, guys, because like I said, number one, I didn't make the list, and number two, it was running very well. Okay, it was running very well. So you guys tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. If there's a few cards you would have moved around here or there, by all means, you know, please put that in the comment section below. All right, guys, I appreciate everybody for supporting me, whether you're liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, viewing my stuff, using my TCG Player affiliate link. Please don't forget to use that, guys, if you plan on making any purchases on TCGplayer.com with all the new cards coming out and everything, or all the new cards that are out now for OP10. Guys, if you're supporting me through Patreon, PayPal, donations, Playmat supporters, YouTube members, Discord community, however you're helping me out, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. All right, I'm done. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and yeah, until next time, peace.